So I got called out to this job today to replace a faulty washing machine valve that the customer couldn't shut off. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more plumbing fixes. I do weekly long form videos and daily short form videos. First of all, you want to turn the water off when doing anything like this. It seems pretty obvious, but a lot of people don't know that. Once you've turned the water off, you want to actually make sure it's definitely off by turning on the nearest tap. I just shut the cold off here. These hoses can get a bit tight, so you want to get a pair of grips on them. These Knipex grips are a recent purchase of mine. Very good grips, highly recommend them. As this is a lower point than the tap that I turned off, there was always going to be a little bit of water there. Ideally, you want the grips facing the opposite way of which way you're undoing the nut. This way they grip properly. This worked out quite well for undoing the nut. Not so well for putting the new one back on, because you can see there's a filter there that's in the way. Once the nut was undone, I could just then fiddle around getting this off. A little bit of wiggling it, and it will just pop straight off. I'm going to show you a little trick how to get an old nut and olive off. Didn't really need to do this, but I thought as I was doing the video I could show you anyway. Just get the adjustable spanner in underneath and wiggle it up, pop it off. I don't often replace these nuts and olives. They don't really need it, but this is just for the purpose of the video. A little handy trick if anyone ever needs it. Doesn't always work, but worth a try. When fitting a new washing machine valve, I like to take the little levers off of these. There's a little screw in the middle. It just makes it a lot easier for when you're grabbing onto the valve body, and you don't damage the small blue plastic handle then. As in a lot of my videos, I use a jointing compound on compression olives. A lot of people say you don't need to. I come across too many that leak without having this jointing compound on, so I'll always put a little bit on. Just makes for a nice tighter nut and a good seal. As you can see, I put the grips in this way to tighten up the nut. There wasn't enough room really to fit it in, so for the purpose of this I just get a nice grip on them and then tighten the nut. Don't need to go too mad with these, but again they want to be tight enough, as this is on mains pressure, so you don't want any leaks coming from this. I think the main issue for the customer was that the handle had snapped off their original valve, but as they were moving they just wanted a new valve for the new owner of the house. One thing I did do with this one was I actually put a 3/4 cap with a rubber washer on it. The reason being was that the owner was leaving and the new owners weren't coming in until next week, so I think putting a cap on it is always ideal. I also recommend turning off the water if the property's ever vacant, which I did on this occasion as well. I just turned it on to test it, make sure the valve was working. You often want to check the gland on the tap that you've turned off. I used the internal stop tap, tested the valve here, and then I shut the water off, and that was it.